Today we finally get to look at the smallest, most adorable version of Goku. And it's not Kid Goku, it's a mini. Thanks to Dragon Ball Daima, the brand new show that you can watch now on Crunchyroll and Netflix. Not a lot of people know that. On Netflix, you can watch it. Comes out every Friday. Also, depending on when you see this came to theaters. 3 episodes in theaters with the English actors, the voice actors. Yes. Looking at this guy right in the little package, he's such a little tiny boy, and they used the same thing here, which is interesting. Also, look at that, it's purple, which is an interesting choice. Everything's interesting. There's interesting. Such an idiot. Side of the box, top, whatever. Back of the box, look at that. Just like every SH Figuarts Dragon Ball figure box, you get shots. Let me know down in the comments, have you been watching Dragon Ball Daima? How many episodes are you in? I need to know that. How many episodes are you in? And are you enjoying it? Because I've only seen 1 episode and it's harder to judge based on 1 episode, but I think I'm gonna love it. Inside flap, you get this, which has some instructions on how to do stuff, okay? So we know that we have alternate, well, they're not skirts, but you know what I mean. You get the swappable parts here and his bow staff. And look, I'm an idiot. I make that very, very clear in almost every single videos. See, I'm an idiot. People have said sometimes the instructions are on the left side, and I'm like, no, there's no way. It's impossible. You can see through. But look at that big old flat back there. Yes, you have to open your entire box. Look at this. There's a whole another section. So every video where I'm like, I guess they don't want to tell you how to do everything. It's over here. But how would you know that? You wouldn't. Until moments like this, when somebody tells you and I'm like, no. And then I really think about it and I go, oh my God, maybe. And I gotta thank The Geek Effect. If you guys don't know, that channel it's a stellar channel, okay? He doesn't put out enough videos. That's what I'm gonna say. The only critique, you're not putting out enough videos. If you wanna know about a figure review channel that I'm envious of, it is The Geek Effect. I did it backwards. Let's get into the figure. So thank you, Kirk, for sending this thing my way by picking it up at the local Tamashii Nations in New York. In the box, we have our little boy. Look at him. And it's not a boy, he's mini. Is he a kid? Yes. And if they're babies, if they're kids already, they get turned into baby. It doesn't make sense. Anyway, here we go with our boy. Well, let's take all these accessories out because there are some accessories, but not that many. Somebody did a pose with him and he had his charge up Kamehameha. And I thought that was in here. It's not. How'd they do that? What figure did they take apart? Anywho, we've got some hands in here. We got all the things that you need for a Goku, okay? So standard fighting hands or some ki blasts, however you want to use it. Oh, hi, Korra. Look, here's my cat. And if you don't know, this is Korra. This is my sweet little baby. And you also get this, which is Goku's little fighting hand. Look, it's so tiny, little boy.
Oh, so stupid.
And you get some little grippy hands for his power pole. There you go. What else do you get in the box? You get this little, not skirt, but whatever, for his gi. I guess it's a gi, I don't know. You get this piece so that you can have some more posability for like wide leg stances versus that thing. You get his compact power pole, which is interesting to see why does he need it? Again, does he lose half of his powers? Or does he just do it for distance because he's so little? Anyway, people love this version of Goku. That's why we went back to this, okay? So we have this with the tie off and the piece that will come out of the end there. So if you want him in his hand, you would put it on like that. If you don't want it, you put it like that. That's obvious. I'm an idiot. Get a good range of faceplates, and I wonder, with the Vegeta and the Piccolo coming out, do they come with alternate Goku faceplates? Because they tend to do that, but they're all 35 bucks. Anyway, I wonder how deep this line's gonna go with Figuarts. We have this face, which is just a nice classic looking face. It's kind of grumpy. It's very nice. Very, very nice. Also, the best Kid Goku figure of all time is gonna be the one that's very exclusive to Jump Magazine. V-Jump? What is it? What's it called? I don't know. I don't know if we'll be able to get it in the US at all. There's probably some website, maybe. I feel like it's gonna sell out super fast. Anyway, it's the best looking thing I've ever seen. You get this face in the box, which is great. Just an angry face sculpt with that nice depth on the mouth. So that's really good to see. And you get this one, which is pretty classic as well, with the eyes to the left a bit. But But his big cartoony kid eyes, they're so well done. This is such a nice looking figure. You get an alternate headpiece, which is going to be like his hair blowing in the wind, which is going to be cool for some action poses or just to look cool. Or if you want him flying on a Nimbus, which he doesn't do, I don't think at all in this. Why would he? He can go Super Saiyan stuff. Anyway, so that's fun. Nice alternative head sculpt to have in the box. I wonder if any third-party companies are going to be making parts for this guy, little face plates and effects and things. And by default, he's got this face, which is a happy boy face. Look at him. He's so adorable. The line work is great. The sculpt is fantastic. And it really does look like the show. It's got all of the right colors. It's got the right shape and everything. So this is really, really nice to see a brand new series coming out at the peak of what Tamashii Nations can do with sculpting and little tiny figures. He's got his power pole in his hand by default in the little box, so we'll get rid of that. Put that over here. It's just a piece of red plastic. Nothing to look at. On by default, he does have this gripping hand, but that means he's also got a punching hand, so you get 2 punching, 2 gripping hands. And then look at him. Look at him. He's just so tiny. He's a wee little boy. I am very curious about the articulation on this thing because there's not a lot to talk about, not a lot to look at. We have brand new brand new way of doing knee joints, which is very, very interesting. And I think the adult version of the Daima Goku is doing the same thing. Like they're trying a new way to hide these knee joints so that when they bend, they don't have these big wide open gaps. So I'm hoping that doesn't reduce the level of articulation. Whew. I can't articulate what I'm trying to say about articulation. So let's just talk about how adorable he is. We've already done that. Let's talk about his articulation. Side to side is really nice. Looking down is like straight down. Well, that was kind of unexpected. Looking back is a bit limited, but look, he's in a nice flying pose. So that's really nice. And it's all thanks to this neck joint that's going on in there. So this is like, you wouldn't even really know that the neck has articulation down there in the chest. So awesome. Shoulders have these, I don't know, this is some kind of butterfly joint, but this is like a nice way to treat these shoulder parts of his clothing without them, I just hate the adult version of the way they do that. So there is movement in that piece. So look at that. You can go back a bit, you can go forward. It's just the biggest issue with articulation is being able to get your fingers on it to move it because it's all so tiny. But he has some really, really nice range. Look at that. Arms can cross, which is huge. So he's got similar joints here in the sleeves that we've seen I don't know, those words came out weird. Similar joints to Pan, the little kid Pan. So they're just kind of like small things that are hiding underneath the sleeves that actually help get a lot of range in those sections. And then you got this kind of ball joint for the elbow, which is actually working pretty well. It's got 90 degrees and a ball joint for the wrist. They're just so tiny. It's crazy. All right, body articulation. Does he really have any of that? I don't know. Let's see. We got some, you can twist, you can crunch barely. So there's not a lot of range you can get out of this Goku before things start popping apart. And then the legs, because of the skirt piece, is going to be limiting. So you'll be able to get full splits with the other skirt. This knee joint, which goes beyond 90 degrees, which is nice. And then the rotation at the hip, and then it comes down to this ankle joint with a little tiny toe articulation. Look at that. I really can't wait for the little mini Vegeta, because I'm going to take that mini Vegeta and then I'm going to use Kid Gohan and his armor and make a Kid Vegeta. Maybe. That might not work. We'll find out. So is this the most adorable version of Goku? Absolutely. Look at it. Now, this could be a stand-in for Goten. Maybe. Oops. Obviously, his clothing is a little bit different colors and stuff, but maybe that'll work. And for the sake of comparing the figures, here is Pan. She's actually much larger, actually, than Goku, but it's a great combo. And then this Goku GT with the custom head sculpt from KW Studio. It just goes to show how much smaller this Goku is. It's crazy. Anyway, if you enjoy this and you like Dragon Ball stuff, then click the top link there. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you next time.